Hello, this is Harrison. This is the second of my daily check-ins that I've started doing. It is October 3rd, 2025. And I guess if you didn't watch the first one, essentially, I'm doing this for accountability for myself in terms of getting stuff done that I need to get done, as well as, just generally having a space to talk and sort of publicly post my thoughts and whatever I'm feeling that day, sort of as a journal. So today, I did a lot more today, which is good. Um, I feel better. I definitely am still sick. For some reason, this cold traditionally for me has colds have like caused a ton of upper respiratory symptoms. To me, today, this particular cold actually hasn't done too much, but it's made me very, very, fatigued, I guess, which is kind of weird. A weird, like to the point where I was like thinking, because my housemate was saying maybe he has mono, and I was like, damn, why do I feel so fatigued today? Or during this cold, maybe I got mono from him or something. I don't know. I don't think I have mono. I think it's probably just a cold. Um, but kind of interesting that the symptoms that I'm feeling for this cold are different than normal. Anyways, enough talking about that. Um, so I was thinking about what I could do to sort of like keep myself accountable now that I have this public space for me to, uh, just put down what I'm thinking about and for accountability. And I decided I vibe coded in like, 15, 30 minutes this little KPI tracker. I was like, well, all these amazing companies have ruthlessly optimized by just having a KPI and directionally moving forwards towards that KPI and ensuring there's guardrails and stuff like that. Why can't I do the same thing with my life? So did this with Claude, took like literally 15, 30 minutes. I know very little about web stuff. I just took a template of a repository that I've seen previously. Um, this is what it looks like. Wow, this looks awful. Hold up. Why is it so small? Um, okay, I think you can see it now. I added this KPI tracker for myself. Um, and I think these are the things that matter most to me for my own productivity and for what I care about getting done in a day. The first is an out of bed time. I'm probably going to add an, you know, turn off phone time as well, and just sort of like sparkline this. But um, I find myself sometimes, staying in bed for way too long after I wake up. There's some mitigations that I've tried, such as like, like alarms that make you like get out of bed and then go take a picture of something or like do math or something. But I think the real issue is actually specifically like not so much like getting out and then doing those things, but like and then starting to go do your day. It's more like, being in a mode of like um, just like half awake, half sleep, very low, like, low heart rate, sort of not really doing anything, like scrolling on your phone sort of thing. And so out of bed time for me is defined as legitimately out of my bed and like doing some shit. And obviously this is a full trust where it's like the trust of this metric is entirely on me. I have to be honest about it. But I did set an alarm at 9:30 today. And I was thinking when I woke up, I was like, I'm gonna start keeping track of my KPIs. So I was like, fuck, I'm gonna do this. So I think just gamifying it could be pretty neat. So the second thing is I have this socks made. You may be wondering what that is. Well, there's this app called Focus Friend that Hank Green made that I've actually found quite useful in terms of gamifying studying. It's or not studying, I'm like working. Just because it literally blocks every single app on my phone from being able to open. Although it recently has been working when I got my new phone. I need to fix that. But it basically like blocks all. things on your phone except for like messages, and then it if you interrupt the timer of the app, then your little bean character stops making their in-game currency, which is stocks. So I set the timer at 2 hours every single time. I have it make socks for me. I actually forgot to make socks for a couple of the sessions today, so um, the fidelity of this metric is going to be quite low when I write this down. Um, but you know, uh, this is another like sort of like indirect analogy to how much I worked for that day, provided that I remember to do the stock timer. Because after the 2 hours happens, if I've been focusing for 2 hours, chances are I'm going to be focusing for longer than 2 hours, and so it's imperfect. But you know, it's just like a Pomodoro timer, but I get stocks out of it. It's kind of silly. My housemate said it was really silly that this works on me, and it's crazy that it works, but it kind of does. So last one is single lines of code. They track this at many large tech companies, in particular at the one I previously worked at. Pretty typical stuff. I think I'm just going to, eyeball the number of lines of code that I've written. Not going to count like, like massive deletions, refactoring, or anything. Um, Maybe I should like name this as like significant like PRs or like significant like this is a super subjective measure because lines of code is not a great metric, but like I don't know, it feels like I should be able to like write down like 1,000 for example and feel like that was actually a decent amount of work. The ones that are like 10,000 you did like a refactor that day. Claude did a refactor for you, not a huge deal, or you deleted a shit ton of code, whatever. But that's my third little KPI for myself to keep track of over time. Um, so I think I sort of made it in a way that, hopefully I should add some more KPIs and just keep track of them daily and to see what happens with my trends over time. So. This is my first day. I think in the future recordings, I will just have a new KPI entry at the beginning of the video. We'll talk about it for like 30 seconds and I'll stop. So that's it. These are going to get progressively shorter as I continue to ramble less and get better at speaking on camera. But um, yeah, that's it for today. I'm going to keep working. I know it's Friday, but I'm selling my electric scooter and the guy gets off work at 10:15, so I have to be home. Um, that was kind of annoying that I had to sell my electric scooter because apparently it's a fire hazard indoors because of the lithium battery. I've not previously heard of this, but the new landlords were very adamant that I store it outside and the battery's going to degrade. It's going to start fucking rusting and everything. So I just sold it and I got a foldable bike instead. So, yeah, that's it. Peace out. I'll see y'all tomorrow.